Welcome to this strategic planning course based on the Balanced Scorecard. The course consists of 10 lessons. Each lesson contains between 5 to 15 minutes teaching time. During most of the lessons, you will be asked to pause the video and complete one or two exercises. This is optional, and you might not need to do all of the exercises, but please do try a few. Lesson 1 is the introduction. This is a free lesson. My name's Clive Kite. I've been involved in strategic planning for most of my working career. Of the many companies I've worked with, those that have followed a strategic planning process have been far more successful than those that have not. We set up Intrafocus Limited to help organisations develop compelling strategies. Together with our consultancy services, we have a set of world-beating tools to ensure that the strategies you develop are implemented successfully. Throughout this slide pack, which will be made available during the resource lesson, you will see slides like this one that you can use during your own strategic planning sessions. The word balance has great significance. Too many organisations focus on budget, revenue, or profit, the financial measures. The Balanced Scorecard looks at 4 major areas to create a balance. They are finance, customers, processes, and organisational capacity. This image of a set of balanced stones is quite apt. It demonstrates that although financial objectives and measures sit at the top of the stack, they are supported by customers, internal processes, and your organisation's capacity to do things. The objectives of this course are to teach you how the Balanced Scorecard works, and to create a strategy based on your vision and purpose. This will be achieved by looking at your priorities and creating a set of objectives. We'll also look at the projects you'll need to put in place to drive your strategy forward. I'm often asked why we base our strategic planning education on the Balanced Scorecard process. The answer's simple. First, strategic planning requires a process. It's not an ad hoc activity, and it's certainly not something that takes place just once a year. Strategy is a living, breathing process. The Bain & Company survey has consistently identified strategic planning as the first or second most important tool used by management. If strategic planning is a process, then what process should be used? 50% of the most successful companies in the world use the Balanced Scorecard as their strategic planning process. Why? Because it's tried, tested, it works, and it has a pedigree. One of the many quotes from our survey states, "The Balanced Scorecard's primary reported role continues to be supporting the implementation of strategy." Of the multitude of books available, we recommend these 3. The first, The Institute Way by the Balanced Scorecard Institute. They're the holders of the de facto standard for the Balanced Scorecard process. The second, by Intrafocus, provides instructions on objectives, measures, and target setting. And the third, by Bernard Marr, will give you a KPI kickstart. Although we don't usually advocate using KPIs off the shelf, clearly there are some common measures. This book will give you a great reference and ensure your terminology is consistent across your organisation. Time for a definition. The quotation on the right, written 20 years ago, is from the Balanced Scorecard originators Kaplan and Norton. It still holds true today. The name reflects the balance between short and long-term objectives, between financial and non-financial measures, between lagging and leading indicators, and between external and internal performance perspectives. The short version simply says, the Balanced Scorecard brings balance to your organisation or business. If the method is used successfully, it will align your organisation and allow you to communicate effectively. It will force you to prioritise everything you do and therefore focus on what is important. It will also provide a consistent measurement system to allow you to make decisions quickly and effectively. Don't be fooled into thinking that the Balanced Scorecard is just a scorecard. It is not. The Balanced Scorecard process will include a scorecard, but that is by no means the only or even the most important part of the output. Should strategy be left to experts? Absolutely not. Everyone has a part to play. If the people in your organization do not know where they are going or why, then they'll not be interested in helping you. If they do know where they're going and why, then they will be more inclined to help. A very clear example of where this was proven to be true is in the 1960s NASA moonshot program. While visiting the Space Center, President Kennedy tapped a janitor on the shoulder and asked him what he was doing. The janitor replied, "Well, Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon." NASA and America had done a really good job of setting an inspiring vision and purpose. What do we mean by the word vision, or the word purpose, or the phrase strategic result? In the initial phase of the Balanced Scorecard approach, it's vitally important to define a lexicon of terms and to distribute it to your organization. By having this reference in place, you will ensure clarity at every stage. For the purpose of this course, we'll be using the terms you can see on the slide and the associated definitions. In the resource section, you'll find a glossary of terms. You could use this as the starting point for your lexicon. There are two major pieces of output that will result from taking this course. The first is a strategy document. You can create your own document or PowerPoint presentation if you wish, or you could use our strategic planning template tool. The tool follows the same steps as the course. It also provides a guide and examples at every stage through the help facility. At any stage, you can export the document and it will format your data plus the headings for anything that you have yet to complete. We recommend you use the tool to keep track of your information as you go along. You can go back at any stage to revise, add or delete anything that you've written. The second major output is an integrated strategy map, like the one you can see here. If you go to the resources section, you can download an empty version of this slide and fill in the details as we go along. You have also been given a 1-month free trial of our KPI and strategy management tool. With the tool, you can create perspectives, objectives, and measures. Once these have been added, the application can auto-generate a strategy map, and in addition can generate a set of dashboards, charts, and final reports. You may want to wait until you've completed the course before you use the tool. That way, the data input will be far easier. So what is the Balanced Scorecard strategic planning process? It's a 7-step process that looks like this. The first step is the foundation. The foundation looks at vision, purpose, and core values. The whole strategy will rest on the foundation. Step 2 covers various types of assessment, including SWOT, gap analysis, and a value proposition. Step 3 dives straight into the center of the strategy and looks at the objectives. It is here where we'll construct a strategy map. Step 4 examines how to measure objectives and considers target setting. Step 5 looks at what projects need to be put in place to drive the objectives. Step 6 looks at how to communicate strategy to employees, partners, customers, and other stakeholders. And Step 7 looks at how a strategy can be automated, just like any other business process. By completing this course, you will learn a strategic planning process based on the Balanced Scorecard. You will also have a set of tools to help you run some strategic planning workshops, which will enable you to create a strategy for your organization. When you finish this module, don't forget to click on the Mark Complete button before moving to the next lesson. We hope you enjoy this course. If you have any feedback, please be sure to let us know.